when we run the ball as much as we should, we win ball games.
3 keys: stopping the run, getting to Stafford, and
Tackle.
tackling.
Yeah. Well,
Welcome,
I was getting ready
welcome back.
to wrap. Welcome back to the Down South Philly Show. Your Down South Philly co-host Dom. Here go your other co-host DP in the building. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, we back. I'm in album mode. I'm feeling good. We on a nice little streak,
Yes,
and I'm feeling good about this week too.
6 straight, 7 loaded.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
Yes,
But
sir.
tell them what's on the gun line, boss. What we
Man,
got on docket today?
let me tell y'all. It's week what this is, week 12?
Week 12.
12. Your birds just not coming off a Thursday night game, so we had 10 days of rest. I'm a little stuffy right now. I didn't know the birds beat Washington so bad they gave me a cold.
Bird flu to be exact.
What bird flu? Gucci type stuff. But uh we're coming off 10 days of rest after busting Washington head between the washer and dry on a Thursday night.
And the
And
stove.
so we got the Rams coming up. We got the Rams coming up for week 12. Uh, so how you feel about this matchup, man? This matchup with the Rams. We coming off this 10-day rest. Everybody relatively healthy. How you feeling?
Hey man, I'm feeling great. Like I said, we on a little bit of a roll. It seems like we finding our rhythm. Um, Defense is really starting to click in Vic Fangio's scheme, from the pass rush to stopping the run to the lockdown coverage on the back end. So it's all like working together well defensively, and that's allowing us to overcome these slow starts that we've been having since the beginning of the season. Whether it be turnovers or penalties or just play calling in general. But they've been allowing us to weather the storm and find some kind of rhythm on both sides of the ball. So with that being said, I feel real good about this one. The Rams always, they a sneaky good team. I wouldn't say they like one of the elite teams in the NFC, but they still do have offensive firepower, and you know, uh, Stafford at the quarterback position, he always can be dangerous if you give him enough time. He'll slice you up. Of course, he got two dynamic weapons on the outside with Puka Nakua and Kupp, which you always got to keep an eye on them. Not only are they dangerous and getting open and creating separation, but they break a lot of tackles. So we're gonna have to get them on the ground early, and stop them from getting that yak. And then they got Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams is an underrated running back in this league, but all he do is score touchdowns. So um even though they not really, like I said, I wouldn't consider them an elite team, but they sneaky good, and on any given Sunday they could beat you if you take them lightly.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of went back and checked out a few of their games, which I kind of already been watching them from afar, just a little bit here and there when I could. But I feel like that's a team that always play us tough. Even last year, kind of went down to the end. They started out the game pretty fast last time we played them, as far as like the way they was driving the ball. Stafford was getting the ball out of his hand. Um, so we got to watch for the quick game. So I just kind of get into a little bit of stuff we probably need to watch out for. Um, that's one of them. Stafford with the quick game. We can't really be trying to play our corners off early. Kind of bring them up, man. Have them two deep safeties back if you worried about the pass game like that. But we can't let them go on their first drive and just drive straight down the field and then be like, oh, let's make an adjustment. We know what they're gonna do. They didn't look at that Bengals tape. They didn't look at what Burrow did on his first drive or two. They didn't look at that doggone Bucks game, how they was quick game was getting us. So, with us having two really good corners on the edge, bring them corners up. Have the two D safeties and let our D line and linebackers deal with anything else. Um, and of course, like you said, they got a good running back there. Nobody really talking about him, but he will do his thing. And I'm assuming what's his name? They got Demarcus Robinson too, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I,
So
I don't know if he hurt or not, but I didn't hear nothing about him being hurt.
I was just about to say I don't know if he hurt or not, but if he healthy, that's somebody you got to watch as a third option.
Hmm.
Um,
Add
got
water.
Yep, got to watch the back coming out the backfield, all type of stuff. But I say, my bread and butter is always stop the run game. You stop the run game early and keep it stopped. We know what they're gonna do. And now you putting us in a position where the offense, we got to come out and do our thing. Our offense and go up early. We got to put them in a position where we know they just got to drop back and pass. That's the key to really every game. But with this team right here, we can't really let them hang around because they got a veteran quarterback and they got two receivers that can get yak and they can just get open and get the ball. So we can't let these guys hang around. This is a game where we got to get the offense rolling early, which in my opinion, I think is just bad play calling. It seemed like early in the game we just wanted to drop Hurts back and throw just the same crap that the Ravens kind of own. They just only difference is we've been running the ball late, and the Ravens just don't run it at all when they lose or when they get in close games or whatever. So at least we do eventually start running the ball. But if we come out just the opposite of what I'm saying on defense, we need to stop their run game. On offense, we need to get our run game going. And my bread and butter for offense is always get the run game going, feed the tight end. It's gonna open everything else up because them the two people who gonna get the offense going. Whether there's Goddard, Calcaterra, Saquon, let Saquon and Gainwell do their thing right there early. We need to put points on the board early because, like I said, this is a team that if you allow them to hang around, anything can happen in the last minute in the game. You don't want it to come down to putting the game in on the last minute drive or in the ref's hand. With us being off 10 days, I'm hoping they set back, looked at a few things. All right, we're gonna adjust this, we're gonna adjust that as far as offensive wise. Like I said, I really just think it's play calling. So hopefully Kellen Moore looking at that play call and he gonna take all that trickery stuff out there. Just hand the ball to Saquon going downhill, man. That's all we need to do. They know what's coming. We know what's coming. They got to stop it. And even if they do stop it, we got to stay consistent. Keep trying to run game. Something gonna break. It's Saquon Barkley with the Eagles offensive line. Something gonna break eventually. And during that meantime, feed we got two good wide receivers. They trying to start the run game, hit the wide receivers. They dropping the safeties back, feed Saquon. So we should be doing that all night. It should be a chess match with every team. Just that same recipe. But when we run the ball as much as we should, we win ball games.
Facts. So if I had to pick any defensive keys to victory, just to piggyback off what you said, obviously stopping the run and Kyron Williams. But once we do get in a position to defend the pass, we got to get to Stafford. He can't sit back there and be comfortable and allow to slice us up. So like you said, they probably gonna attack us in the run game. So we need to bring the corners up. And tackle. Tackle is gonna be key in this game
Yeah,
because they got too many yak guys on their side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. So my two keys would be, getting to Stafford, stopping the run. Three keys: stopping the run, getting to Stafford, and
tackle.
tackling.
Yeah, I agree because I was looking at that as well. Like they get a lot of yards after the contact. Coop and
Mhm.
I was about to say Coop and Cup, but Puka and Cooper Cup, man, they get a lot of yak. And them boys kind of big, so it ain't no easy go down. You gotta tie your shoes up, make sure your chin strap on tight, and get them boys down on the ground. We've been doing a pretty good job of that, but you can always have that game where you come in there lots of days ago and then they done damn trucked you. Now you want to start tackling. Nah, we can't. We got to
Mhm.
go in there setting the tone from the beginning And I like, um, this last game when we played Washington, CJ came out like on the first play of the game, bow, smack somebody, set the tone right away. That's what type
Mhm.
of game it was. So, we got to start doing that every game. And, the way our defense is going right now, they should be, they should be out there having fun with it. Hey, bro, I'm gonna get, you know, more tackles than you. I'm gonna get an interception. I'm gonna hit, this person harder than you. Whatever. They should be out there having fun with it because we got that type of defense. We're gonna hold these boys under one score, net more than one score. That type of stuff right there. They should be out
Mhm.
there having fun with it, playing games with it, and doing their thing. And long as them boys communicating on the same page and long as we stay healthy, but we do got good depth. But for the most part, I think that's what allowed our defense to be good. We got good depth and we've been staying relatively healthy. So it's allowed them boys to communication in jail. And on top of that, I just think the defense got good coaching this year. So I agree with everything you said, tackling. Like you said, I was looking at them earlier and I was like, yeah, we got to tackle these boys. This fool Puka breaking everything.
Mhm.
Kupp, he just so shifty. He'll get away from you. He'll break a tackle. He'll run around you. He'll run away from you. Um, all type of stuff. So I think if we come in there and play our best game versus their best game, we better than them. So
Mhm.
um, we should come out of there with a dub. But you can't allow guys to hang around. The Rams is a sneaky good team, and if you allow them to hang around, they will beat you. Um, we just got to get rolling on offense, help the defense out because they've been holding up their end of the bargain all season. The only thing is the offense haven't been as efficient as we should be, as early as we should be, or else we would be blowing teams out just like uh,
Detroit.
Detroit. So uh, that's all I pretty much got.
Yeah, man. That's all I had too. Just continue this road that we on. It's another NFC matchup. We can't afford to drop no game, but really not an NFC game. Trying to not only keep space between us and Washington, but trying to catch up with the Lions. So we can't really afford to drop no games.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. Something else I forgot to mention. Uh, Offensive wise, man, we gotta get Hurts time in the pocket, man.
Mhm.
And this dude, I mean, of course, this is with any quarterback, but with Jalen Hurts specifically, like if you go back and look at the games where we kind of started slow, one, we dropping back passing when we shouldn't be, but two, even when we dropping back passing, if you gonna drop back and pass, get this man time in the pocket, man. We got all our starters up there on the line. We should be blocking this up, man. If somebody need help, give it to him. We got to watch Verse. Verse has been doing as a rookie. He been putting his name in the hat for a rookie of the year. So we gotta, make sure we get a hand on him. They do have a good defensive line outside of Verse, so we got to watch their whole defensive line. Keep that thing blocked up for Hurts whenever he do have to drop back and pass. And on the other side of the ball, they were saying that the Rams haven't really. I think they number one as far as like not allowing sacks this year. So
Hmm.
we got to get to the quarterback. If Fangio got to dial up some blitzes or whatever, like you said, we can't be allowing Stafford to stand back there and on his square and just get off the way he wants to because he'll carve you up. Just like I was saying when we played Baker, I was like, don't let Baker sit in that pocket because as much as people be trying to disrespect him, if you get his man time in the pocket, he'll go to work on you. So I think if we watch that quick game, get up on them receivers, don't allow them to have a bunch of space to work with or get the ball quick, we'll be all right. But I can see them making that mistake early in the game, and we got, and that's another reason why we got to get out to a fast start because if they go up early, with this fast start, depending on what our offense is doing, we could be behind the eight ball or whatever. So um, we can't allow them to start fast, and we have to start fast on offense. So that's gonna be it for Eagles versus Rams.
Before we go though, what would be your most anticipated matchup, either offensively or defensively? Is it any one-on-one matchups that you're looking forward to in
Uh,
this one? Whether it be the young bucks against the wide receivers
Trying to
or
think.
anything else.
I mean, I do think it's nothing in particular. Of course, it's gonna be a challenge for because I do feel like out of the receivers that we face, So I'll say this: it's kind of like with the games we have left on the schedule. Is like two receivers I'm interested to see how we play against, and that is Puka. So I am interested to see how we handle him, because him and Cup work well together and off of each other. So it is going to be interesting to see how the young boys do with him. Of course, I guess of course he'll be on young boy Quinyon Mitchell sometimes. I'm sure he'll be in the slot sometimes. And Cooper I had to guard him, Cooper DeJean. So it'll be interesting to see, how them boys handle that. And as far as like them getting the ball quick, he a big guy, like I said, so they got to come up and tackle. So that will be interesting. But what I was getting to was it was this game that I wanted to see how they handle Puka Nakua, and that Steelers game, Pickens. That's another wide receiver. Like once we get to that game, a lot of people don't talk about Pickens, but I think he's a straight dog, and it is going to be interesting to see him and Quinyon Mitchell go at it. Because I could see that being like one of his first tough matchups, a sneaky tough matchups nobody really talking about, just because of his size, his length, he tough, and Quinyon Mitchell like I can see them probably getting into it. But that's just like two matchups. I'm ready to see the Puka matchup, and then we play the Steelers, Quinyon and Pickens. But as far as any other matchups, I'm hoping we put handcuffs on Verse. I don't want to hit his man name. No time in the game. None of their defensive linemen really, but nah, I don't really got nothing in mind. I'm just interested. I'm really interested to see how our whole defense handle their offense, because
Hmm.
I just feel like this like one of the first team was like because when we played Cincinnati, they didn't have T. Higgins, so we only had to worry about Chase. And there's a couple other times it was like that. We was playing teams, and they might have not had their second option, or their second option might not have been as good as their first option. So um, this is one of the first games where they got three good threats, running back, and everything. This might be one of the best offense we really kind of played, especially since after the bye week. Um, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Vic Fangio called this game and how our defense respond. Because we've been on a little tear on defense. We haven't really been allowing people to score or get that many yards for that matter. So that's why another reason why we gotta. That's another reason why I want them to start fast on defense, because if you start allowing them to get off early, you know that'll leave room for them to also do something late. But if we can stifle them early, um, and make less, because a lot of times what we do is we allow the offense to get off and then we make second half adjustments. Nah, let's do what we know we need to do up front. Now we doing that and they still getting off. Now now we go ahead and make some
Hmm.
adjustments. But I hate not having obvious adjustments already made. We know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try the quick game, get the ball in Kupp and Puka hands as fast as possible, especially against a defense like this. So I'm hoping we start out fast on defense, and I hope our defensive line eating, because that's gonna be key to the game. If Jalen Carter can get off and kind of wreak havoc and be in that backfield, it's gonna be a good game. But if they double teaming him and nobody else winning they 1-on-ones, then we could be in for a long night. And I don't
I
even like
agree.
primetime games like that. I like when we play 1 o'clock games for real, for real.
I like when we win the primetime games.
I do like when we win the primetime games. I just feel like we play better than 1 o'clock games. I feel like when they start getting later in the day, we just them boys be lazy a little bit. With 1 o'clock, them boys already be ready to go.
Hmm.
The only thing I like about primetime is like everybody get to see the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? They the only team on. Now that's the bright side of it. But
That's what I'm saying. Winning primetime games is good.
yeah, it's
Getting
winning is good, but I
getting
think we just play
getting
better.
cut on.
It don't even be about the win for me. It'd be like how we play. I think we play better at 1 o'clock and not 8 o'clock game. We might play okay and then come out with a win. Yeah, we won in front of everybody. I really for us to be playing our type of ball. 1 o'clock, you care if nobody see it. Put that W on the schedule.
Should be a good one.
But yeah, any matchups you wanted to see?
Basically just our young boys against their skill position. I want to see like you said, it's kind of um good to see like a full unit as opposed to just like one dangerous person. It's like we moving up the chain of difficulty. So
Right.
we got, a whole core to guard instead of just like one real dangerous person because the
Right.
other one either hurt or they just don't have but one. So
Right.
I feel like the way the schedule is set up, it's allowing us to kind of get some good work in before the playoffs.
Right.
I fully expect for us to obviously be there, not only be there, but trying to work on that one seed. But before we get there, I think we still got some growing to do, and our schedule gonna allow us to do so if we do what we supposed to do.
Yep. I agree. We got some matchups coming up. Whether it be they got a good offense or a good defense or both. So
Both.
I think everybody will get tested and we'll be able to make adjustments moving forward. And I feel like a lot of times you get what you need. We'll get what we need on the road to the playoffs or whatever. And when we get there, we'll see what happens.
Go Birds.
Another 6 game winning streak coming up. Yeah. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon for notifications. Drop a comment on the video.
Get the camera on my face.